Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Road to Rio. My name is Cinco. I'm going to be joined by Blair, and we're straight into the action. It's GODSENT taking on Copenhagen Flames. Michael with two early on, and the utility being tossed in from Copenhagen Flames in towards the A-bomb side.
That's a fast hit coming in from Copenhagen Flames here, and Queenix making contact. Finds Zen, there's still a player in the pit. He's isolated for the time being. He's going to get triple peak. Nice kills coming in from Copenhagen Flames. And bear in mind, it was a 3v5, and with the bomb down, this is going to get a little tricky for GODSENT.
Yeah, definitely will. And well, V2 site held by Hooksy. Swings to the left side, looking for the pickup on the headshot. He's taken down one, and Nodius will take away Michael as well. It's Copenhagen Flames off to a good start. Now, coming into this tournament, I think Copenhagen Flames are a very exciting project. I think this team have steadily improved. The players they've got in the team are young, talented Danish players. I always felt like this team lacked a bit of the firepower, but now they've got like Refresh in here. I think Farlig's an interesting player to look at. I think this team's starting to look pretty solid.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at Farlig, I think he had like 70 kills in the best of 3 against, I do believe it was against Contact. And that was one hell of a showing. And even though the last time these two teams faced against each other was during the EU minor qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken, and GODSENT didn't manage to get the win there, but it was a very narrow 2-0. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Copenhagen Flames take this one, to be very honest. GODSENT have looked a little shaky, albeit we've only seen them play one game so far. Hooksy pushing up Banana, getting early control here, and this is some good work, although the trade does come in. And Crystal gets a trade, but Hooksy somehow in the smoke gets the kill and survives on 1 HP.
Well, Copenhagen Flames just taking their time. They want to make sure that they get off to the flawless start. Getting rid of a couple of weapons. We take a look at this GODSENT team as well. I think the most exciting thing about this team at the minute is Madden. I think he's an exciting player to watch. He's really starting to prove himself to be a star. I think, obviously, HLTV did a little feature on him recently. And it's pretty crazy to see his rise. But Michael getting a good kill on towards Farlig with the Deagle, and that's pulled it right back into a 3v3. 40 seconds in play. Hooksy on 1 HP. Copenhagen Flames lose this one. It'll be absolutely heartbreaking for them, and it's certainly looking like a possibility. They'll charge in towards A. The flash on towards the side as Hooksy will charge in with the Galil, blinding the player on the side of the side, but Michael he's rotated over. The Deagle with 1 kill, and a nade with the other. It's Refresh now into a 1v1. Galil versus the 5-7 of Crystal.
Oh no, just the timing of that, and I love that call from Crystal, just pushing through the smoke. The second he heard the smoke getting tossed in, he just pushes in, just finds a little bit of a window, and I agree with you. That was just a heartbreaking Copenhagen Flames. They were 3v5 down in the pistol round, and they managed to bring it back, and even this one, Michael lands a headshot over towards B, lands a perfect nade. I do believe it was on Hooksy, who was on 1 HP, so that's got to be gutting for Copenhagen Flames. And bear in mind, this is their map pick coming in. The next map was going to be Industrial, which is GODSENT's pick. But that's got to be a gutting loss. They've gone for the full, kind of the force. I like this. Couple of Mac-10s, a few Tech-9s. Haven't really seen the Tech-9 meta really come into play, have we? Even though, despite the recent buff, it still feels like it's nowhere close to being what it was a few years back. And personally, I feel it's in a good space right now. As right now, Hooksy getting control of apps. It's going to be apps explode. They do have a number of flashbangs, a couple of smokes as well, but this nade could play Sport. Michael tossing it in. Queenix down 57 HP, and here comes the smokes and the flashes. It's pretty much a tell from Copenhagen Flames, and they are going to go for the full commit. The bomb is there as well. Michael finds one. Zen gets the bomb down. That could be the round here. 3 players still alive for the T's, and as long as Zen stays alive here, and with an MP9, he does have a very good chance. Finds one, quick trade comes in, and again, coming down in 2v2 against what is pretty much a very, very meager buy round from Copenhagen Flames.
Well, Nodius getting a bomb planted inside the site. Flash is going to go in towards short. Nodius stands up on top of the boxes, putting on his MP9. To walk into the corner. Madden around the corner. He goes. The headshot picked up, and Nodi is gone. Now it's only Queenix into a 1v2. Madden will move forward, just trying to overrun the player inside of the pit, and Queenix will not be able to get it done. The retake coming through from GODSENT. Again, very, very close affairs.
Very, very close, and I personally am I was looking forward to how this one's gonna play out, right? I mean, looking at the first 3 rounds, it has been very, very close. It's obvious that the players on both sides, at least for the side of Godsen, I think everyone's pretty much aware of most of these names. You have Martin, like you mentioned, you have Sticko, who's been around the scene for quite a while now. You have Crystal, Michaelele. These are known names, even Zen. And if you look at Copenhagen Flames, many of the players, many people watching these players might be like, who the hell are these guys? Refresh might be a player standing out, one of the... Well, a while back, he was one of the up-and-coming potential Danish stars. And I personally have been a big fan of this project. I think they're playing some very solid CS, and that Molotov for Martin is definitely not going to help matters. But Copenhagen Flames, they're slowing things down here. They did get the bomb down, so it's going to allow them to go for these 4 spies. Haven't seen a full eco coming out yet from either of these two teams. Just trying to battle it out early on. And why not, right? It is your map, you're on a T side, you want to make GODSENT feel uncomfortable. You know that they had lost a number of players, even though they are 2-1 up. You want to keep pressurizing them, making them struggle to maintain a good economy. So this force fight could really, really pay dividends if they do manage to convert it.
We are aware of the no radar, and we will get that sorted as soon as possible. Chat, sorry for the inconvenience. We will be getting that fixed very, very shortly. But yes, getting back into the action. This has been a pretty scrappy back and forth affair to start things off. GODSENT getting grid as the starts, but then clawing their way back into things, with Copenhagen Flames still pulling it close. And even with a chance in this round, Crystal running through the smoke on his own. He's going to hit the deck, and it's going to be into a 5v4. Man advantage here on the T side. As they continue to run forward, it's Hooksy with a headshot, and now Copenhagen Flames have the B bomb site.
That's just insane. There were 3 players waiting on the B bomb site, and Copenhagen Flames somehow pushing in with this, well, a couple of Deagles, an MP9, 2 AKs, and to somehow make it work. It's now a 3v5 in favor of Copenhagen Flames on the B bomb side, bomb down. The problem is they have no utility remaining, no flashbangs, no smokes, no Molotovs to kind of delay this retake. So the retake is very much doable, but yeah, they're going to just nope out of it. GODSENT not looking to lose the rifles they have. They have an M4, the MP9, and a Galil. They want to hold on to this for the next round. And I think they can eke out a buy here. Michaelele and Zen could potentially drop a couple of guns. Utility will still be pretty sparse, but they will have the buy. And for Copenhagen Flames, this is a great round for them. Not only do they win without losing a single player, that's huge, but they also upgrade 3 of their guns. I mean, they had 2 Deagles, I believe, and a Tech-9, just 2 rifles, and now they have an M4 Galil, a couple of AKs, and of course MP9 for refresh, who could go into the sites kind of like a fact finder and try and, maybe sniff out a stack perhaps. Very tight so far. It's looking good right now. This map's shaping up to be a very closely contested series.
Yeah, I think that's the most exciting thing about this, is the fact that we have got a pretty close affair. I think for a lot of these games, some of the teams that are a little bit inexperienced shouldn't really be having a great time against some of the better teams. But I think GODSENT is certainly one of the teams Copenhagen Flames can take a fight to. They're a team that have been steadily improving, yes, and their rise has been exponential throughout the last past few months. Copenhagen Flames, definitely a lot of talent in this roster, and they perform well online, so I guess they're kind of happy with that. It is online after all, so this is where the pressure is off for these young kids. Sometimes when Copenhagen Flames go to LAN events, that's when they really struggle, so this is where they can do some damage. They'll start to gather in towards B. 3 players up through Banana. The bomb will be gathering there as well, leaving 1 player inside the middle, and that's Queenix to try and cover off the rotations. GODSENT have 3 players up towards this side of the map, and Crystal, well, he goes into the open for the first. He will get that kill. Nodius trades back, and we're into a 4v4.
He's done a great job there, even though he got taken down. He had to take the duel. The Molotov pushed him out. He had to go for the second one as well, and he, in fact, does a bit of damage on the Nodius. However, the T is not really opting to fall on back. They're going to continue onto the bomb site, and as the bomb gets planted, you should be seeing the rotation coming in from the remaining players. And look at the play from Zen. No one's marking towards Coffins. He does so much damage onto Refresh, and is not looking for the duel. Finds one. He could still go for more here. Nade's going to come in deep, but it's pushed in towards Fountain. Finally gets spotted out by Nodios, but its retake is looking so much more doable. 1 player remains. Nodios, he gets taken down. How did it fall apart? How did that fall apart from Copenhagen Flames? I don't even. That was a pretty terrible post plants. I get it, like, it was looking rough for them, but the fact that he's allowed to push up all the way through coffins and do that much of damage and get a kill, that shouldn't have happened.
No, and it's sometimes those are the kind of rounds that you just really can't let slide if you're an underdog, right? You definitely need to come into this feeling comfortable and winning the rounds that you should be. If you're an underdog, you can't really afford to throw those away, and well, that's going to be an unfortunate one. Copenhagen Flames, their economy is still pretty brittle over at GODSENT. You know, it is within one round of breaking, so Copenhagen Flames come right back into things with a bye. Fireleague's going to be all the way up towards top banana already, beyond the car, and he's forced GODSENT back to play passive on the B-bomb site.
See, GODSENT not really feeling comfortable holding banana, and that means, yeah, they have to go for some of these semi-gamble attacks. You have 3 players here towards B, and now they finally start to go in a little bit of excursion towards top of banana. They have managed to leave Crystal there, but again, they go like, if you look at the utility for the CTs, it's very, very sparse indeed. A minute and 5 seconds on the clock, and they're down to what, one smoke remaining on Zen. That's it. There's nothing on the A-bomb side either to delay any push. They have a couple of flashes and nades, so they need to be a little bit more aggressive here. Try and utilize those flashbangs to try and get some real estate or maybe catch a tease off guard. But if they're going to play passive here, this could fall apart. The B-bomb side, just Crystal and Zen. The one smoke in the hands of Zen, that could delay them for a few seconds, but that's about it. So the hit is coming in. Let's see what they do here.
Forward, it's going to be Crystal with the pickup on towards Fireleague, snapping back and taking away refresh as well. Nodius runs over the top, a headshot picked up, and now into a 2v3. The bomb can get planted by Nodius, and they can hold on. At this point, Copenhagen Flames, they've got the deficit, but they've got the site to hold on to. They need a kill to pull this back into an even situation. They're going to be playing with the aggressive stance, double stack towards coffins. Now, there is a player close towards ruins, and that is Michael A. Finding back from CT. Madden's going to swing, and he does fall. Queenix able to take him away. Now Nodius taking another headshot. The T side have clawed this back into a 2v1. And well, this is looking good as the tap comes in. Surely they swing on the defuser. Oh my god, stolen away nearly by Michael Ale. Just milliseconds in it. Nodius swings onto the site and takes him away. 3-3. Nodius taking the MVP of that round, the impact player. 3 kills, 299 damage, and 143 ADR.
That was too close to comfort. Michael Lely with almost a 10,000 IQ play there, if it stuck that. But Copenhagen Flames, they do manage to finally force GODSENT to go for a full eco. Well, I say full eco if you do have a few upgraded pistols, but yeah, no full investment from GODSENT this time around. They realize might as well try and play at least a round where they have all the utility and all the guns to work with. Just a deagle hands on Michael Ele, sees that P250 and a couple of USBs, and aggression from Michael Ele. He's been really feeling it today. He's been hitting some pretty nutty shots with the deagle, stick up, being cheeky, pushing up apps, finds one, still going to stick around. Probably might be looking for more, and if he gets lucky, he could catch Queenix with his back turned. But looks like Queenix will fall on back, as the 3 remaining terrorists are going to be grouping up together. And GODSENT, they're going to gamble on the fact that it's going to be an A push. Now, if Sticko can stick towards the apartments area, and if he can't somehow gather some information and call his teammates for the rotation, this could still work in the favor of GODSENT.
Copenhagen Flames just taking their time, not wanting to make any errors. Want to give away any single kill. Going to make their way on towards the A-bomb site. Slowly pushing up, no information gathered at all here really from Sticko. Let's make their way onto the bomb site, easily get the digits punched in here, and now with the site control, the pit control, it's going to be impossible here for GODSENT. Just a little bit of damage is all they can hope for, but even then, still a far-fetched reality. Copenhagen Flames should be taking their 4th round on the board, and they will be. They take the lead back, and yeah, this is certainly shaping up to be a battle between these 2 teams early on Inferno. Nice to see.
Zen just going on a scavenging mission, just trying to find whatever upgrades they can find, and to be honest, it hasn't been too bad, has it? They're just pistols. Now they have the Galil in the hands of Sticko. They have a Magnum picked up by Zen as well, and they're just pushing in. And why not, right? They have really nothing much to lose. And Crystal, in fact, finds a kill on the Queenix. So there's a little bit more economic damage being dealt out of Copenhagen Flames. And 7 rounds in, mean, it's going to be the 8th round right now. The money's not that healthy for either the two teams. Once you look at the buy and you see how much money's remaining for both the sides, apart from Queenix who has 6,000, but he's got to buy up as well. So it's like no one really has a good base when it comes to the money to work with here. So it can still go either way. GODSENT, they could string a few rounds together. They could break Copenhagen Flames' economy as well. But CD side being CD side, it is going to be GODSENT who are going to be pressurized here. They are down by a round. Aggression from Michaelele with the off. Doesn't find anyone. In fact, he takes a ton of damage, but he will fall on back. Question is it going to stick around here or going to be rotating over towards A?
Seems to be pulling himself over towards CT. It seems like he's definitely sticking towards B at the moment. And I've got Madden just rotating in between. He's further back over towards the A side of things now. Leaving the AWP here on the side. Probably just looking for that one pick in towards Banana. Allow the hold from Crystal to come through in the MP9. And this guy always seems to be up this SMG in the same position at first Oranges. And it's certainly a deadly spot for it to be in. Madden being called over for the rotation yet again. But Copenhagen Flames haven't committed anymore just yet. The bomb's still back in spawn. They're playing a 3-2 default. Pretty solid stuff from Copenhagen Flames. Betting out a lot of utility. Keeping GODSENT guessing already across the board.
Indeed, they are. They do have a couple of smokes still to work with. And with those 3 Molotovs, they could do a full-fledged B execute if they want to. But instead, they opt to head towards A. Or GODSENT. Haven't really seen much from them so far, apart from, you know, the eco rounds or some of the pistol forces. They haven't seen much aggression from Swedish mixed side. As Copenhagen Flames not wasting any more time. 20 seconds. Time's up. Got to go for the play, and this could get a little messy. Smoke's been tossed in, flashes and Molotovs as well, but then nade from the CDs, taking a chunk out of the Modern burns the player alive. Modern burns too.
Oh my god.
And that is huge. It is still at the side. The two of them, Zen and Modern just shooting including his teammates, and he finds everyone. Was that an ace? No, it was a quad kill, but that was ludicrous from Martin.
Yeah, welcome to the Madden crematorium, finding 2 kills on the Molotov. It wasn't enough. The death wasn't enough, so he tries to take his own teammate away, flicks back and gets 2 more. Crazy round from Madden, 4 kills coming through it. Nearly 300 damage, and some of it output to his teammate. 4-4 on the board. That's a big round from GODSENT. That's exactly what we were talking about. Madden has this ability just to turn on, right, and just be insane. And so if he can continue that, this GODSENT team have a great time. And on the T side, especially on this map, he can be a very fun player to watch just because he has this relentless aggression on the entry frag, just pushing straight through Banana, always getting involved in the action. And while speaking of aggression, that's exactly what GODSENT have brought to the table in this round. Getting aggressive all over the map, finding the kills against the pistols, and the Glocks are completely dispatched with. Madden getting another double, 5-4, GODSENT into the lead.
Absolutely. That was a good call as well. It was, again, bear in mind, like GODSENT we said, it was 4-3 in favor of Copenhagen Flames. They needed to win that 1 round and immediately proceed to break Copenhagen Flames' economy. And you gotta ask yourself, what were Copenhagen Flames doing that entire round? They weren't spread out that much. They weren't really drawing on the utility from the A bomb side guys. They weren't pressurized at all. They were just sitting on the site. And once the hit came in with 20 seconds remaining on the clock, they had the nade, they had a Molotov, and that was pretty much it for Copenhagen Flames. So taking a little bit too long, maybe overthinking things, and this time around Michael Lele trying to go for the peak. In fact, he will find his demise. The op will be retrieved by Crystal. Definitely handy with the big green gun. But no trade coming in. In fact, no damage being dealt towards the Flames side. And they already have a player on the car. He's not spotted out. The Modern, again, he strikes, making it a 4v4.
Headshot picked up. Nodia's gone. An equilibrium established yet again. Madden actually boosts. Oh, really boosting himself up. He's going to go for the op. Back in towards Colfins. Copenhagen Flames resume to slow the play. They're going towards Banana. It's refresh, saying back to his teammates, and they'll actually start going back over towards A. Got Zen over here alongside Sticko holding onto the site. Zen's eyes locked in towards Long, and Sticko being the man tasked with apartments and short. And if there's a player you would leave to do that and have that responsibility, it certainly would be Sticko.
Absolutely, Sticko. A much maligned player, I feel. I've really enjoyed watching him play, as I like what they've done there, Copenhagen. They've made GODSENT probably use up whatever utility they had towards A, but now they're heading back towards the B bomb site, where HooXi has been waiting all this while, biding his time. They have the smokes. They're just going to be pushing in here to open the hands of Modern. He's going to have no trouble finding one, but he needs to find more. He's trapped behind a pillar. He's still got backup in the form of his teammate. And Modern, can he find more? No, he can't. Are they aware of the other player behind? Yes, they are. Crystal's going to fall. The bomb's going to get planted. Do they have the time? They're going to come pushing in, and it prevents the plan from Zen. What a madman! He in fact finds both of them, and that's going to be the round. Oh my lord! Why would you go in so very late? And this has happened again and again. Like we saw it in A bomb site, and then on the B bomb site. There is no clear-cut reason why they would go in so late with no margin for error. I don't even know if they had time to get the bomb down. It was just at 4 seconds. It would have been very 50-50. And what a hero play from Zen there. Pushes in, gets the bomb planter. That's just massive.
Yeah, a lot of these rounds are close early on, but I feel like GODSENT are just winning the important, crucial, tiny factors that's just giving them the extra rounds. And now, when these kind of rounds are really starting to hit their stride, it doesn't feel like Copenhagen Flames are even competing at all. And obviously, not really expected to do much with the Glocks in this round, so GODSENT should be going for the 7th. And this is starting to get a little bit scary now, because this is when GODSENT start to extend that scoreline. And what was once close starts to look pretty one-sided for GODSENT. Once they get that momentum going, they can be very hard to break. And Copenhagen Flames will find themselves in a downward spiral. Decision-making certainly seems a little bit off at times here for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, I mean, individually, I'm not going to fault them, but just the fact about these super late hits, and most of the times they have the advantage. You have the utility. The CDs are out of the counter utility. They barely have any flashes of Molotovs or whatnot. When they went for the B hit at the end there with like 20 seconds or something remaining, the two CTs, I think it was Crystal and Mountain, they had nothing to work with, just their guns. So and they know this. They've been doing a good job drawing out the utility, but they just take so long just waiting for something to happen. And GODSENT is showing nothing. The GODSENT not over-aggressing. They're playing this very default. And Copenhagen Flames are not abusing that fact. And I think that is a problem. Still early days.
Oh, this spot from Madden is going to be easy. Yeah. Good crossfire with Sticko Madden, cleaning up the Glocks, making it look easy. 7-4 here for GODSENT. And we're moving into this next round. We got the AWP in the hands of Michael A. Like M4s in play for the rest. Copenhagen Flames, it's still not an amazing buy. You know, they have relatively low utility being purchased up so far. The MAC-10 still in play on HooXi. See, once they get the utility in, there's still plenty of it now. And the AKs as well. Copenhagen Flames with a little bit of a weakness, but that MAC-10, that can certainly be an expendable weapon. You can just kind of toss it in and see what it can find, get some information early on. And they're going to be charging straight up towards Banana. The MAC-10 Red Boss trying to get involved. He'll be dispatched by Crystal. Kill comes in from Nodius, but Madden is there again to stop the forces. Zen continues to get aggressive over towards A, and it's Queenix who bites the dust.
I really like some GODSENT. Finally switching it up. And I don't think Refresh has any idea how deep Sticko has pushed in. Frolic will be spotted out, and Martin not able to quite get the frag. Frolic has a lot of work to do. Rotation already in place. Sticko finds Refresh towards mid, and it's all in Martin. Perfect flashbang from his teammates, and it's going to be Martin cleaning it up. And finally, this is looking much better from GODSENT. The couple of rounds they've won so far have come down to the timing, has come down to them winning very crucial duels. But now they're starting to feel it, I feel like. And I'm curious to see how Copenhagen Flames are going to reply to this, because so far, they haven't done much when GODSENT are playing so passively, and now when GODSENT are taking the fight to them, I want to see how they adapt to this. For now, it is going to be just the upgraded pistols. Tech 9s galore, and a deagle in the hands of HooXi.
Sticko run boosting his teammate across in towards middle. Michael Lele trying to get that opening. Tech 9's and the one Deagle trying to get involved. It's Nodius with the Tech 9 Raid Boss on towards Sticko. Gets rid of him. 4v4 though. Still a kill come in by Sticko before he hit the deck. And while Michael Lele looks out towards long, the ult picking off Refresh. Zen coming back in via Library. That's a good angle here to deal with one in front of him. And there's the headshot, and that's the bomb as well. Smoke comes in and allows the bomb to be recovered. And an AK as Nodius sprints towards the site. The Finn is hot on his heels as he runs forward. But HooXi trying to cover him off, but it doesn't matter. Zen escapes the vision, but HooXi out of nowhere with 2 1-deeks. He'll be looking in towards the site, but it's Zen who cleans up again. Hooksy, really disgusting shots, but the round will go in favor of GODSENT.
For a moment there.
Yeah, just for a slight moment.
Zen is just not, like, I think he's removed every other key from his keyboard. It's just holding W, not stopping at all. As we do have a timeout getting called for the very first time by Copenhagen Flames. Of course, we do have both the coaches, both the team in the server. We have Vorborg, I do hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, who is the coach for Copenhagen Flames, and probably having a quick chat as things have kind of spiraled out of control here. GODSENT, bear in mind, it was very, very closely contested initially. It was, I do believe, a 4-3 in favor of Copenhagen Flames, and then it's been 6 rounds in a row for GODSENT, and with just 2 remaining, an 11-4 half looks very, very doable. And for Copenhagen Flames, considering it is their map pick, they'll be looking to definitely at least try and eke out 5 to 6 rounds, maybe, to give themselves a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a breathing room going into the second half. Let's see how it goes. So, up in the hands of Farlig. I do believe it's the first time we're seeing the big green zoom banger out in the hands of the T side. Let's see what he does with it, though.
We know he's a very talented player. Hasn't really been able to get involved, and generally on the T side of Inferno, you don't see too many AWPers do so well anyway. It'd be a very suffocating time on that T side with the AWP. But at this point, nothing really is working for Copenhagen Flames, so they've got to just try something. Maybe this AWP is a way to get an opening kill. I like this little boost over the top on the logs. But the one time where GODSENT don't send anybody aggressive is when they do that. So GODSENT getting a nice read, changing it up a lot. Single hold over towards B here, just Crystal on the coffins with the rest stacked in towards the A bomb site. And this could be a little bit risky because Crystal is the only player here, and there currently is all 5 players in Copenhagen Flames leaning over towards the B bomb site. And there's no one close by for a quick rotation.
There's no one, and Crystal takes the fight. That was a little risky, but at least the trade does come in for Copenhagen Flames. The thing is, they're going to take a while to clear the site. They're not going to be expecting the site to be completely empty. So that's going to give some time for the remaining CTs. And here we go. Bomb down, but we already see 3 CTs already pushing towards construction. They have Sticko pushing up towards Banana. He's got to win the duel against Farlig, who's got the op train in his position. So this one should go the way of Farlig. There we go. And this retake should be nigh impossible now.
Well, let's try their best here, GODSENT. Flash going up the top for Zen. Teammate swinging in from the coffins, but Hooksy with a crossfire established is going to be so easy for him to take one and then just fall away. Hides and allows his teammate to help him. GODSENT realize they've lost this round and will start to back away. They've got money in the bank, so they're looking to try and just take a few of these weapons away and force a few rebuys on Copenhagen Flames because their money is still not in a good position. But finally, Copenhagen Flames win a round, and I honestly think it's mainly just because of that gamble stack from GODSENT. There's no real need for that, but perhaps they felt like they had a good read on it. But yeah, there was no one close by to rotate.
Yeah, that was I agree with you. That was a weird stack coming from GODSENT. I mean, you're 9-4 up. There was no clear need to do that. Your 3-2 standard default setup was working out. You know, you could have gone for the early 3-stack at B and then send one over towards A. And especially when it, like, you know, if you're playing textbook Counter-Strike, when you have a 4-man stack towards A, your B guy is playing a much more aggressive angle, right? He's playing towards car, he's playing towards sandbags. Not even sandbags, you're playing towards car. You have your eyes on Banana. So you can fall back, use utility, and then call for some backup. So that is very unorthodox, and obviously doesn't work out for them. And now B, once again, being contested by Copenhagen Flames. And look at the aggression, though, from Crystal, and Farlig finds both! And there you have it, the bomb site compromises. Another player waiting, he could find one. Then going big with finding the kill on Farlig, but that's all he'll find. And that should be the run for Copenhagen Flames, and this 9-6 half looks very, very likely now.
Well, Farlig, I thought early on it was going to be a nightmare scenario for him. Just absolutely lost everything in terms of his health. And steps up with a 2. Yeah, looking good here for Copenhagen Flames to find 6 at the half. They've managed to claw their way back in with Hooksy holding on. Michael Lele tries to re-enter, but he is going to fall. And now it's only Sticko. Very solid player, but winning this is it's going to be a little beyond most players' skill sets. As he'll go around the corner, he'll catch a headshot on towards Hooksy, but the time is ticking so very low. I'll just try and pad those stats as he runs in towards the site. It is going to be 6 at the half from the Copenhagen Flames. A good comeback, although it is time for a break, ladies and gentlemen. Then we will continue to see if Copenhagen Flames can continue the fight back.
just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixers cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life. Holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get off you. Day to day you wanna stay out. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half. GODSENT versus Copenhagen Flames. My name's Dinko. I'm joined by Blair. We've got ourselves a good game in our hands. It's close, and Copenhagen Flames have fought hard to make it to the 6 rounds at the half. And while GODSENT come into it, plenty of Kevlar involved. Not a whole lot of utility anymore, with Crystal tossing it already. All 5 players stacked over towards the B side of things.
This is a strange approach from GODSENT. Like you said, no utility remaining. And they're gonna have to go for this decoys? Alright, selling a classic matchmaking strat, the decoy fake. And that's actually gonna draw the player from the CTs, but that's gonna be Refresh. He's toying with the idea of heading towards A, but now he's gonna be heading towards B. He is the utility guy. He's got a couple of flashes and the kit to work with, as it is gonna be the contact play coming in from GODSENT towards mid. They have control of brackets. The CT's not really looking to contest towards mid, and that means that there's going to be a number of these blocks just raining down, especially towards Archway, where Refresh is lying in wait. And here they come, just pushing in, looking to land those headshots with the Glocks.
Oh, Queenix, that is clean. Dropping from above, though. Sticko, hell from above, 2 picked up. USP pulled out, and this is disgusting from Sticko. 3 kills out of nowhere, and he recovers the pistol. They'll move on towards the site. Zen will get the bomb planted, and Sticko's in a good position. Locked deep inside of the pit. Copenhagen Flames are going to have to work so hard to get anywhere near this bomb site. Zen has been having a blinder of a game, and Sticko's showing up in the pistol here as well. Copenhagen Flames try to get back in. The Danes taking their time, but as they start to move through, they're going to need headshots very quickly. And Sticko using the cover of the pit, trying to make it difficult for them as he hides away. Running over the top, the CZ will get rid of him. Nodius spins around to the side, but with the shots, Zen fights back. Another time is ticking. The Finn hides, and Hooksy will not win the rounds. There's not enough time to get it done. It's going to be GODSENT with the pistol. Sticko walking away with 3 unbelievable headshots.
How does he... He gets one, he gets a second, that's great. Picks up the USB in the first bullet out of the barrel, straight in the head. That is just massive from GODSENT. I mean, that should have been around going the way of Copenhagen of Flames. I mean, they had it in the bag. And with that, GODSENT, with the 9-6 lead, they win the pistol. As long as they survive the anti-ecos, and if they win this one, that's going to force Flames to go for another full eco, and that's going to get them to 12-6. And from there, just 4 more rounds for them to win on Copenhagen Flames map pick. And that's got to be cutting indeed. Sticko, man.
Yeah, Sticko's just nuts. He just goes sicko mode every now and then. And just takes heads. Madden as well on the Mac 10. Very scary player to be going up against. When he's on the T side, he can be a very potent entry fragger. Copenhagen Flames, it's always going to be an uphill battle for them coming into this. It always was, coming as the underdog. So far, they have made it close and competed in quite a few rounds. But GODSENT overall do look like the better team. And a lot of the rounds that probably should have gone in favor of Copenhagen Flames have slid in favor of GODSENT. So it's a little unfortunate in that respect because there are a few more rounds that Copenhagen Flames definitely could have won.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's got to be something that's probably in the back of their minds. At the same time, you got to ask yourself a couple of rounds which they lost, where I feel their own doing, like overthinking things, taking too long, right? So some they won, some they lost because of, well, bad luck, basically, or just timing not working in their favor. And a couple of them they lost because they were not really playing the way they really should have. But here comes the hit from Crystal. He is kind of being the bait here, and Hooksy finds a frag. The remaining players pushing in. Oh no, it's falling apart. It's happening, Dinko. It's happening. It's all on Michael. There comes free firing on the corner. Michael and Sticko teaming up to get the third one. It's going to be huge. Queenix taps away, looking for the last bullet headshot on the Sticko. And oh lord.
Not what should have happened. we were just talking about the fact that, like, Copenhagen Flames have been losing these rounds.
Win the full eco. You have the lead, but Copenhagen Flames, they're like, nope.
Well, all right then. Good stuff from Copenhagen Flames. That's the kind of round, you know, if you lose the pistol, it's fine. If you can do that. Well, they now come into it with a better buy than that of GODSENT. It's going to be the 2 M4s in play, an AK-47 for Queenix, MP9 here for Nodius. Good chance to build up some money as they get aggressive in towards Banana. It's kind of force GODSENT leaving that away.
I just want to point out that Frolic has just 6 kills right now in 17 rounds, and I think he had 5 on the T side. But bear in mind, every one of those frags, I do believe, at least 4 of them, were instrumental in them winning their respective rounds. So, and he is definitely the star of this team, at least in the previous game they had against Contact. So I'm expecting to see a lot out of him if they start to get going on the CT side here. That AWP of his could definitely be quite a thorn in the backside of GODSENT. As GODSENT, his pistols and armor. They have opted to go for the force buy. Couple of smokes towards pit area. 4 CTs lying in wait. This could get ugly.
Well, they run forward. It's going to be refreshed with one. Queenix on the double on the AK. Sticko, though, taking his head off with the deagle. Farlig finally getting rid of him as well. All on to Madden. An AK in his hands versus 4 of the Copenhagen Flames side. Having away. It's going to be Farlig with another headshot. And actually, I don't know if you know Bastian. I think you do. We actually worked with him.
Yeah. The observer,
yeah. So he obviously is Danish, and when we were working on an event, Copenhagen Flames were on there, trying to tell me how to pronounce Farlig's name, and apparently it's like Farle or something. But you
listen, no one should ever pronounce Danish names the way.
Never try. Yeah, definitely never try.
Impossible. I tried it for a couple of places. I forgot there was like a couple of famous names, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not.
It's like that Roger guy is actually just Roy.
Roy, yeah. But that's not bad, right? Like, Roy is something I believe anyone can pronounce.
Yep. But just looks nothing like Roy, the spelling, so very confusing.
And the worst part is if you do try to pronounce it correctly, everyone else Twitch chat's gonna be like, you know, you don't know how to pronounce the name, so you know, why do you want to get into that
Yeah.
hole? Full eco though. Listen, I love Twitch chat. All right,
Who
they're
doesn't?
great.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Like, if you don't love Twitch chat, there's something wrong with you. But Godsent now with the full eco, Glocks galore. A couple of little scary there, getting a dink in, but thankfully just with the Glock. The 1P250 in the hands of Marden. I don't really see anything crazy happening here as long as Flames just don't run out with the knives out. So should be 10-9. And yeah, this game has just been so very, very close in the beginning of this game. I'm just excited to see how it's gonna end, and also Dust too, man. That's gonna be a blast as well.
Oh, well, that is
Okay.
nice for Refresh. That's a
Okay.
good display of skill. Yeah, obviously not the most difficult of rounds for Copenhagen Flames, but still a nice little triple kill at the end there from Refresh. And I think he's an interesting player also to take a look at, because he was definitely on the rise. Get right pointing him out as a player to watch the future. Got his slot at Optic, and unfortunately that team didn't go so well. But yeah, I feel like he kind of just fell again completely off the face of the earth after that. He got the opportunity at Cloud9 when he stood at one Blast event. He played well there, but never really got another opportunity. So maybe this is where he has to do the hard work again, trying to grind up through the Copenhagen Flames side. And while taking a win against GODSENT would certainly be a good statement.
Oh yeah, 100%. And ooh, the timing there for Marden. He finds Nodios. That's so gutting. And is looking for more. Doesn't have any backup close, but what is Hooksy doing? Madden would be expecting the third player that's refreshed towards Coffins. He should find one. If he gets two, that could be huge. He just finds one, it's gonna fall back. Nate tossed in for good measure, not gonna do any damage, but that's a sight lost. That is so strange from Flames. I fail to see, like, were they not expecting the aggression? And look at Sticko pushing in as well. If he finds kills, it's gonna be huge. In fact, he finds it. Are they going to be even able to save is a question here. Sticko sticking around towards the A bomb site means the CDs are kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place, and this is just rough.
I mean, if you've looked at any demos of GODSENT on Inferno, you will realize that the aggression will be coming through. So there's absolutely no way that you can be expecting no aggression to come in. Madden will just capitalize on that kind of setup every single time. Moves up through Bananatics, 2 early kills, job done, round's over. Copenhagen Flame have got Farlig over here trying to do some chip damage on the exits, but he's got to be careful because they don't even have enough money to get an AWP really into this next one. So he is hanging around, really causing a couple of problems, trying to keep the players on the bomb site for as long as possible, and then he'll flee the scene. Like GODSENT, that's one of the easiest rounds they'll ever have. Just send Madden in, go rampant, while Farlig, I don't know if it's calculated, 1 HP.
Could be.
Definitely
not. I think it just comes back to haunt them, like the fact you said that, you know, Marden is going to be holding that W in the left click and just punishing you for making those little bit of mistakes. And that was Flames' fault. They had no business being so lackadaisical with the way they were approaching that B bomb site. But the dual op setup does come in. Nodios and Frolic. Dual op play. Let's see what they do with this. We do have 3 players pushing up straight towards second mid. We have Marden with the AK all by with one banana. And this is a cheeky aggression. And look at the damage in falling. He should be falling back right about now. 23 HP, taking so much damage through the wall. That's gotta suck. Just taking that much damage without seeing a single player.
And I feel like Farlig's been the victim of that quite often so far in Inferno. You know, on the T side, he's getting nated down. Very unfortunate times for him. Refresh catches them walking through the smoke on his own. Was trying to be a little bit cheeky and get in towards Cubby, but Refresh catches him. And he does take that early kill for Copenhagen Flames. Sticko treads back though. Farlig not really getting involved in this round other than taking significant damage from multiple players. And now looking good for the T side as they take a little bit of map control in towards A. Rotation coming in from Copenhagen Flames, and Queenix needs to go huge. Done well to find Michael Waylate. Sticko unable to get out, but Crystal towards top middle catching out Refresh. So we're back into a 3v3. 45 seconds left as GODSENT start to wrap around the long side.
Okay. That's a spray from Crystal. And with that, leaving Queenix all by himself. They are very well aware where he might be playing. He finds one. He's looking for the second kill as well. Bomb drop, and he turns away the wrong direction. Sticko being so very patient, waiting for Marden to push in from the quads area before he goes to the peak. And with that, yeah, this round's done. Nodio is not even going to attempt to go for this retake despite having a kit. It's going to be 12-9. GODSENT just winning this duel, just going to this contact plays and just working out for them.
It feels like just in these sort of scrimmy rounds where you're playing so close and battling against each other, GODSENT will always take the edge, it seems. More often than not. The unfortunate times for Copenhagen Flames. That does mean a 12th round on the board for GODSENT. 4 away from victory. Inferno is definitely wanting Copenhagen Flames wanting on a little bit better.
To be honest, I felt like GODSENT would have been 12 rounds a while ago, if not for that eco, rather than force by win from Copenhagen Flames, right? So it should have been, in my opinion, would have been 12-6. So I'm not too worried yet for Copenhagen Flames, despite the money looking very icky. I would want to see the eco coming out from them. You have the op, play around the op. Play around that AWP. They've dropped it over to Frolic, who has purchased some Kevlar for himself, which is fair. It's not too much of an investment. The rest of them nades and just the USBs. I like this. I like this call from Flames. Not really going to overthink things. Not going to go for the force buy. And that's a right call, considering how close GODSENT are to closing this one out. What I'm not a big fan of is Frolic being all by his lonesome towards apartments. Now, double nade. All right, that works. That works.
Certainly a way of opening things up, and again, things just keep going from bad to worse for the Copenhagen Flames, losing refresh early into the round. They'll throw a double nade of their own, but this time not finding a kill, but certainly doing damage.
Indeed, that could actually force them back into the crosshairs of Frolic. He finds one. Now they know where he is. He's going to have to go for aggression, and it's going to Michael Lill is peering around the corner. I do believe it was scoped in as well, and that's the op taken out of the equation. And this retake just went from looking a little tricky to almost impossible. Phoenix trying to be sneaky through the smoke. And he will be found out. And just Nodius and Hooksy remaining. Nodius might be able to, rather Hooksy might be able to salvage something. He finds the AWP, and he is going to run for the hills here. And that should be the call. Still sticking around. Misses a shot onto Sticko. Sticko trying to find him. Into the smoke, he finds one. Hooksy, there's no need for him to stick around here. There's literally no need for him to take this fight. He's going to fall on back. But the hunt is definitely on by GODSENT, and they do have time to really try and catch him and take away the doll.
And that would be pretty much everything worth talking about gone on this ET side. Nodius should have enough money to purchase one, but that will be sacrificing a lot of utility. Madden swinging around to the left side. There's the headshot. That is clean. And a 13th round now for GODSENT. 3 away from victory. Copenhagen Flames, we take a look at their money. Can't get an AWP in the hands of Nodius. He can toss that over towards Farling. And actually, they're going to go for a double AWP setup. So, interesting. I think at this point, their backs are against the wall. They have to try something. They have to try and dig their way out of this hole. So I think this might just be a solid decision. We'll see if Copenhagen Flames can make it work.
Yeah, only if that saved that off, Frolic would have had the utility as well, right? So small little things which annoy me would be, yeah, I guess I get it trying to do economic damage to GODSENT. At the same time, you got to look at your own money as well. I mean, take a look at your money first, and then think about your opponent's cash. Is the mantra that I live by. And Frolic, oh, he's dead. He's done for. That is too
having a great time.
Yeah, I mean, you have no control of apps, and you're going to be pushing out that aggressively with no backup. That's you just relying on Lady Luck, and Lady Luck's not going to be there all the time. You know, she is a fickle being. And trust me, I know. And with that, there's 2 players on the bomb side, and they have the rotation coming in the form of Hooksy with the FAMAS of his. They do at least have the utility, and they have Nodius with the AWP towards B, so at least he can potentially call stuff out, can hold his B side all by his lonesome. Again, caught on the open refresh. The timing is just terrible for him, and just 2 players remaining on the A bomb side as 5 marauding terrorists come pushing in.
Pushing forward is going to be Hooksy with a lineup on the Mac 10, gets a double down. And while Zen and Madden, 2v3, Montenegrin finish player. Nodius back over towards B, looking for that rotation, but it's instead a fight in towards the A-bomb site. Zen will get rid of Queenix, but Hooksy continues to find kills on the FAMAS. It does leave Madden now into a 1v2, but he's got a series of 1v1 battles, because Nodius is still over towards B. They don't know where Madden is. They can't commit together. And so Madden really does have a great opportunity to win this. If he gets the pit kill inside of the pit, he has plenty of time to win it. And while Hooksy will spray away, a big round from him coming in, 4 off the back of the FAMAS.
That's got to be perhaps the only FAMAS highlight we'll see in the entire month.
Yeah, probably. Or maybe the next few months.
but great work from Hooksy, though. That was, I felt that was done. It was a 5v2 on that A bomb side. And somehow the stars align, and in fact the players align for Hooksy. Getting those 2 kills towards balcony was massive, and they just throw themselves a tiny little lifeline. Now, if they can survive this buy, they could make things very interesting. You could get a little bit more tighter. Aggression towards Banana from Flames. And Nodios with the FAMAS again. He finds a double kill, and I take it back. The FAMAS seems like it's doing some work here today.
Yep, just
Who'd
gonna
have thunk
continue. Maybe it's just this specific FAMAS. It's the only one that does damage. Michael 13 HP. Well, this one bullet from death. Copenhagen Flames, they might have just found their second win. Really starting to get into their stride again. They desperately need to win these next few. Looking good for GODSENT. Start to crumble away from them. Their money at breaking point. Lose this round and an eco. The Copenhagen Flames fighting all the way back in. Nodius hiding behind Orphans. He's already got 2 in the round already. Looking for a little bit more. Sticko moving forward. Needs this kill quickly and he's got it. They continue to run in towards the B-bomb site, but the FAMAS is swinging wide on 5 HP. It's a ballsy play from Refresh. A double on the UMP, and it's now all on Zen. The Finn with ice in his veins. Can he make it happen in the 1v2?
Well, he's got a bomb down at least, and both the players pushing in forward with the AWP. Not the most ideal of weapons to go for a retake. As he slowly pushes up. They have the Molotov, the smoke, and a couple of flashes, and kits as well, so they have time working in their favor. Thing is, Zen has opted to head towards Banana, clearing it out, making sure there's no one flanking in, there's not a split take. And now, Copenhagen Flames, they do have the time. They have that little bit of extra time to work with clearing out every angle. Now they know where the final player should be. Zen spots out the barrel of Frolic, and Frolic! Nice little quick scope, and that's going to be another round going the way of the Flames.
Yeah, when that smoke deploys, I think that's when the chances of Zen just completely fall, because he hasn't really got any information, doesn't know what's going on. There could be a player on the bomb. He has to stay wide. He can't just fall back behind cover again. The way he needed to play that was to find that 1 kill, then fall back and turn it into 1v1s, but as soon as the smoke comes in, he kind of loses that opportunity. But that's just a really good start from Copenhagen Flames in that round. Nodius getting that double. Michael taking significant damage on board as well. But then it looked like GODSENT had pulled it back. They've clawed their way in towards B. But then suddenly Refresh just dives through the smoke for the UMP and saves the day. Crazy round coming in, but Copenhagen Flames will win it.
And no one was blind as well. That was just a pure Hail Mary play coming in from Refresh. And it does work out. Although for GODSENT, they do get the bomb down. And also, the rounds Flames are winning are not convincing rounds, not comfortable rounds, and you can see the money. No one, apart from Nodios, no one's over $1,000. And that could be a problem if they do manage to lose a round here. Pushing to Series 1, Nodios will be pressured. He finds a couple, but it gets dinged down to 9 HP. His job right now is to stay alive and call for backup, but it's all by Sloansome. 9 HP, still survives. Crystal not able to land a single bullet on him. That's a round done. Can't see them losing this one. Sticko with the soul. AK-47 for the side of GODSENT. Zen, hold on there. Oh, finds one, but Refresh just completely decimates him. And all things considered, a very, very, very clean round for Copenhagen Flames, and I think they really needed this. They need to start building up a little bit of buffer of money going into the final stages of this map.
I think it's to win this. This is the thing. The crazy part is they can still walk away with a win here in Inferno. It's looking so good for GODSENT early into this game. Second half, you know, they had a little bit of a hiccup, but they seem to have recovered. Then suddenly, Copenhagen Flames fight their way back in. Now with a double op setup, with 3 rifles in play, Copenhagen Flames could be on their merry way to a 13th round, evening up the scoreline. But Queenix, aggressive inside of the apartments. The flash comes in. It's perfect. Sticko completely blinded, and his head completely gone now as well.
Finally, Flames looking confident by the looks of it. Yeah, I guess that's a word we should be using. Like, neither of these two teams have really looked that confident on the CT side, apart from I think that one run from GODSENT they just pushed in. Oh no, Crystal. Oh, you hate to see it.
What is going on?
And one by one, yeah, they just getting picked off one by one. This is Copenhagen Flames is going to be very happy with this. Thank you very, very much, sirs.
I mean,
and now Zen. Sorry.
I can definitely understand towards the end why, you know, the 1v1 fights are coming in. It's because, you know, you've lost those initial players to start with, and then you kind of feel like you have to be the player to make the play. But even then, It's just very strange to see GODSENT even start off with the 1-by-1 play and just keep losing players over and over again. No one was nearby Sticko to trade, so they try to put a player back inside the apartments. Michael Lele thinks he can lay it lurk out, but they haven't really forced Copenhagen Flames to make any rotations, so they could just hold their default setup, and 1-by-1 GODSENT just fall.
And that was a buy round.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
was a
It's
full buy round and just went down the drain. I mean, I get it. Like a couple of those kills were a little unfortunate. I think it was Crystal whose head was sticking out of the smoke. But apart from that, the rest of them, like you said, I mean, I get it. You want to go for a fact-finding mission. You want to maybe go for a little contact plays and whatnot. But if they're not going to pressure Flames, they have those two ops and sit all the way back and just like pick you apart one by one. 3K for Nodios, and I don't think he even had to move his crosshairs at all. That's just rough for GODSENT. But scores are tied. And that's pretty much been the story of this entire map. It has been just neck to neck, very close indeed, apart from the maybe near the end of the first half where GODSENT had the 9-6 lead. Here we go though. Pistols, a little bit of armor, and that nade has just done so much of damage. It's for like 150 points of damage in total.
not bad.
Almost 200.
Definitely getting your money's worth on the $300. And when they move forward, it's going to be Nodius to the back lines. Crystal gone. Nodius will find a kill and followed up by Refresh, but the deagle from Madden snapping the neck of Refresh, leaving him on the floor. Copenhagen Flames trying to work their way into the round win, and it's certainly looking good for them, but Madden is still going mental. Thought he nearly got that third one. Luckily, he doesn't, and doesn't freak me out. We can continue. It's only map 1. I didn't want to have a heart attack just yet.
Yeah, Madden just... He's just been nutty. Him and Sticko have been just nutty this entire game. And it's good to see Frolic is back to his usual form. He's still kind of like in the lower half of the scoring department, but he has definitely woken up on the CD side. And the remainder of his teammates also doing a lot of the heavy lifting here as Copenhagen Flames with the lead. They need just a couple more rounds to take this map, which is their map pick. For those of you tuning in, probably not aware who's picked what. And the next one is going to be Dust 2, which is a pick coming in from GODSENT. Now the buy. Michael Lily with the AWP. Scope in. And a right IP coming in from Nodius. That was actually very, very risky from Nodius pushing out that late. But it does work out in his favor. And sometimes fortune favors the brave.
Certainly in this round, at least. Nodius is going to be holding on towards CT. The scope in. Comes up. Nodius will throw the flashbang and relocate back further inside of the site. GODSENT just taking their time inside of Banana, one towards the top. Crystal behind him. The bomb. Back of Madden. Nico trying to make a little bit of a play in towards the A-bomb site. He is there with Zen. Working in a duo system here, GODSENT. Trying to work across the map. Now, they could go for a B-split if they manage to take this archway player down. And that certainly would be difficult to hold on to for the Copenhagen Flames.
Indeed, and Frolic pushes out.
My.
Oh,
Okay.
That's it. That's a split done. And now they have to walk in straight. Just have the one Molotov and a flashbang, and Nodius scoped in and ready. He's got backup as well in the form of Refresh. It's going to be a map point, ladies and gentlemen.
That is nuts. Farlig really showing up in important rounds. And like you said earlier, his kill count may not be up there in the 25s of the likes of Nodius, but a lot of the kills he's been finding have been hugely impactful. Not only in the second half, but in the first as well. Managed a few rounds to even give them this situation. And while there's the bomb gone, Farlig with another. Crystal hitting the deck. 15-13. Copenhagen Flames have fought their way back against GODSENT. It was looking good for the European mix side, but the Danes claw their way in.
That was a genius push as well. The second they knew that the last two players were not going to be pushing in. And they heard a scope as well early on. They heard from, I do believe it was in the hands of Crystal, if I'm not mistaken, or Mike Lele, I forget. But there was a player with the op towards the B-bomb site when the split was about to take place. So they knew at least one player was towards Banana. Once the push didn't come in with like 10 seconds remaining, they started pushing down mid, they started pushing Banana, ensured that GODSENT were able to save any weapon whatsoever. And with that, look at this buy. 4 MAC-10s and a Galil, and Frolic's going to open things up towards mid. He finds one. Aggression is the name of the game for GODSENT. They need to make it work with the MAC-10s as they come pushing in real fast towards Archway.
Running forward, it's going to be Crystal and Firelake trying to get something done. Michael Whiteley running over the top. It's Queenix to get rid of it. Zen coming back through. Refresh with a kill on the M4. Now a 2v2. As we look at Michael Lele's corpse on the floor, we'll try and way into it. It's going to be a nade coming up in from Nodius. It does only leave Sticko now into a 1v2. GODSENT. They have crumbled here on Inferno, and Copenhagen Flames fight their way back, and they'll walk away with a 16-13 win, Blair.